Hi, I am Pushpendra Mehta, Executive Writer at CTMfile.com. Reading, watching, and listening are important components to enrich our knowledge and wisdom. I write a lot of articles for CTMfile.com. I also host the Open Treasury podcast, and as an experiment, we've decided to record this video which will summarize some of the most important articles that I write for CTMfile.com. The first article in this series is about cybersecurity. Of all the risks facing organizations, regulators, corporations, and individuals today, cybersecurity ranks among the biggest risks and concerns that keep corporate treasurers, CEOs, CFOs, and information security professionals up at night. Given the trade wars, ongoing geographical conflict, the shift to remote work, the alarming rise in cyber attacks and sophistication in cybercrime, cybersecurity is expected to remain top of mind for decision makers in 2023. This is precisely why I wrote this article about cybersecurity, and I am recording to summarize the findings of the cybersecurity world in 2022 that is expected to linger into 2023. Please watch and share this video, listen to the Open Treasury podcast, and read articles and content on CTMfile.com. Thank you. Let's get started with the cybersecurity article, shall we? Global losses from payment fraud tripled from US $9.84 billion in 2011 to $32.39 billion in 2020, and losses are projected to reach $40.62 billion in 2027, 25% higher than in 2020, according to Merchant Savvy Global Payment Fraud Statistics Trends and Forecasts 2020. According to the 2022 Treasury Fraud and Control Survey report produced by Strategic Treasurer, a leading treasury consulting firm in the US, and underwritten by Bottomline Technologies, 78% of respondents had experienced fraud or suspected fraud during the preceding 12 months. 84% of respondents indicated their perception that the threat level from fraud had increased from the previous year. Concerns about fraud and cybersecurity are growing even as a variety of cyber threat concerns and increasingly sophisticated techniques are being adopted by cyber criminals. Malware, account takeover, ransomware, phishing, and reputation attacks via social media are 5 of the leading cyber threats for organizations across multiple countries and industries, according to the CyberEdge Group's 2022 Cyber Threat Defense Report. According to estimates from Cybersecurity Ventures, ransomware is the fastest growing type of cybercrime and is expected to attack a business, consumer, or device every 2 seconds by 2031, up from every 11 seconds in 2021. In the US, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency announced in May 22 that formation of a task force to tackle the growing menace of ransomware gangs. Russia's war in Ukraine also raised cyber risks worldwide, as did the shift to remote work, which caused a major rise in cybercrime last year. With the increase in the number of devices and employees working remotely, security teams faced an uphill battle, so much so that 79% of organizations surveyed in Verizon Mobile Security Index 2022 report agreed that remote working had adversely affected their cybersecurity and increased the burden on security teams. Corporate treasurers also confronted another threat: the failure of organizations to prioritize cybersecurity and invest enough in training their staff. In fact, Verizon's Mobile Security Index 2022 report highlighted a startling finding. Many companies set high expectations on their employees but don't give them adequate security training to meet those standards. While 44% of companies surveyed in the Verizon report do not offer employees security training on a regular basis, 51% do not provide employees security training when their working arrangements change. For example, when the employees started working from home. According to the European Union Agency for Cybersecurity, cyber attacks are becoming more sophisticated, targeted, widespread, and undetected. This means that in 2023, organizations around the world will have to stay on high alert and reinforce their defense capabilities. This will involve prioritizing cybersecurity enterprise-wide, encouraging a security mindset in their employees, emphasizing regular and adequate security training via courses like CTMfile, and approaching payment security as a vital and ongoing process. According to the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, a typical organization faces 5% of its or loses 5% of its revenue annually due to fraud. The Association of Certified Fraud Examiners states, as criminals continue to perpetrate fraud, it is no longer a question if fraud will occur, but rather when it will occur at an organization. Given the increased fraud risk and corporations coming around to remote and hybrid work in 2022, more organizations are expected to shift to cloud security as well as transition from virtual private networks or VPNs to zero trust network access in 2023. Gartner identifies zero trust network access as the fastest growing segment in network security, forecast to grow 31% in 2023. Cybercriminals understand that zero trust and cloud security are here to stay and will continue to drive corporate security investments in 2023. Scammers and saboteurs will try and stay one step ahead of finance and corporate treasury, thinking of innovative methods to infiltrate organizations and compromise computer networks and information technology infrastructure and systems, particularly corporate payment systems. These attacks may open the doors to more frauds this year. To carry out their roles as the superintendents of payment security, corporate treasury professionals must be equipped not only with current information, but with also stable, enduring principles for security. Strategic Treasurer's ebook, Payment Security and Fraud Prevention, brings you 12 payment security principles referred to by the mnemonic Secure Clamps, distilled from a portion of Strategic Treasurer's Secure Treasury course that can be found at securetreasury.com. The cores of these 12 foundational principles for securing your payment processes remain consistent amid constantly evolving threats and leading practices. This ebook will equip treasury, finance, and security professionals with the necessary payment security intelligence to combat the expected surge in cybercrimes in 2023. Thank you so much.